Hello guys, I know it has been a while I posted a motor vlog. I was busy making workout videos just for myself. I have not forgotten about you guys. Definitely motor vlogging is part of this channel. Anyway, so today what I wanted to talk about is some of the things that I don't like about my Vulcan S. So let's take our usual route and talk about it. I love to ride at this time because the sun is shining on the trees and on the grass, and it's so beautiful. Even though it's shining right in front of my eyes, right onto my eyes actually, but not too bad. And I forgot to wear my shades. But anyway, today I wanted to talk about the things that I don't like about the Vulcan. Obviously, if you are a Vulcan owner or a Vulcan lover, you know that there are not much things to hate about this bike. But there are some minor things that I wish I can change about it, and some of the things I can change and some I can't. So let me start with the number one, which is the headlight. I know it's a topic that either you hate it or you love it. I kind of don't love it because for me, classic cruiser in my ideal scenario, or if I'm designing a cruiser, one of the main thing would be a round headlight no matter what. So I think that's one thing that I don't dig about it on this bike, because that it has that peach shaped or heart shaped headlight, and also the bulb itself, it's not too bright, so it's difficult to ride in the night. But anyway, I don't ride much in the night, so it's not a problem for me. And also, if I have to change the headlight, it's the lamp, the bulb itself, it's not a big of a deal, so that's why it's minor. But the shape, I always complain I prefer to have a round headlight. I hope Kawasaki would in the future release a version of Vulcan which is a round shape headlight. And yeah, that's the number one. Number two is, again, my personal preference is to have mid control. So I'm not a big fan of forward control. I know that that's the thing about the cruiser, that you get the forward control, but I mean, the bike is more of a sporty ride than a cruiser. I see that it has the cruiser comfort, but I prefer to have those foot peg slightly behind, if it's not mid control, at least a little more behind. So again, I was able to move the extended foot peg from extended reach to reduced reach. That helped a bit, but it's still I can't call it as a mid control, it's still forward control position. So that's number two in my list. I wish all other things about this bike is sporty than a cruiser, so having that foot peg in the mid would have improved the ride quality even better. I'm not saying that it's not better now, but it would be far better than what it is now. Alright, number three is, yep, you guys know it's coming. It's the exhaust and the sound of the bike. As you guys can hear, there is no sound at all. So I'm not a fan of obnoxious, loud waking up the neighbor kind of sound, but I still prefer to have like a good punch, like a Harley kind of sound to it, as you know, the car in front of you know that a bike is coming. At least some good sound, but not annoying sound. But that is something that is definitely lacking on the stock exhaust. And the aftermarket exhaust are kind of pretty expensive. I mean, I had other bikes, and if I had to do aftermarket, there were plenty of options where I can find something for $300 or $400. But for Vulcan, the one that sounds decent and not obnoxious, those cost me like 800 and above, like Big Brother or Arrow, those kind of things. So I'm not sure if you guys know something that sounds decent and not too much loud. Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to check it out. I have seen one, I think it's called CR Racing something from South America. It has a nice shape to the exhaust. It looks like a Ducati Diavel's exhaust facing to the side, and it has like a sporty look to it. It's less expensive compared to other options, but the problem is they don't have a website to purchase. I think it's only sold in South America. I contacted the guy through WhatsApp, and he said he can ship it to me, but after that he stopped responding. So I'm not sure. But the other concern with that is if it is a single piece from all the way from the head of the exhaust to the bottom, it's gonna be hard to install. I prefer to have, you know, 2 or 3 pieces so I can fix the head first, then the pipe and things like that. That would be much easier, because otherwise I know how cumbersome it could be to install the exhaust. So that's number 3 in my item. Number 4 is obviously right in front of you guys, these mirrors. In my previous Vulcan, I had a nice sporty looking rectangular mirrors. I love that shape. So definitely I have to either get one of that. I have to definitely get one of those, or I have to get like a bar end mirror. I'm not too fan of a bar end mirror, because when I stole the bike during winter, it always interfered, because I tried to keep it towards the side of the wall, and if there is bar end mirror, it always gets scratched up and stuff like that. When I open up the throttle like that, at least I can hear some sound, but otherwise it's a very, very quiet bike. Anyway, that was number 4, and number 5 is, just in my opinion, the stock from factory doesn't come with passenger seat and passenger peg, and I feel like it should have come with that, based on the price that we are paying. I have to buy aftermarket, or I had to buy Kawasaki parts after that and install it by myself, which is not a big deal, but the cost for those parts are really, really expensive compared to the third party options available. So I think Kawasaki can do it, but for some reason they don't do it. They just ship the bike without the passenger peg and the passenger seat, rear passenger seat, at least in the US. So we have to add that. So I don't like the fact that for the price that we are paying for these bikes, it should have come from the factory, and if one doesn't like the look of it, they can remove it and keep it aside, because you know, sometimes I feel like I'm riding alone, so I want the bobber look. So having that option and then removing it and customizing it to bobber look is better than buying the parts and installing it, at least in my opinion. Anyway, so those are the 5 things that I don't dig about this bike, so I thought I'll make a video about it. Look where you wanna go. That's what I always train my mind when this corners comes up. Nice. 5th gear and 70. Alright, I think that's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, and if you're new here, consider subscribing to this channel for more motor vlogs and Vulcan S related videos. I have a lot of install videos and motor vlogs and tips for beginner riders, a lot of moto related content, and if you are interested in those, I would appreciate if you could subscribe and stay tuned for the next video. Alright, I'm out of here. Stay safe and ride safe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.